What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of 2 a.m. in Sweden, aka We Got Next. I'm one of your hosts of the show, Hayes, with the one, the only Steven on Twitter at Steven underscore Springs, on Instagram, Steven underscore Springer. Steven, how you been? It's been like 2 weeks now.
Yeah, busy man. A lot of end of school year stuff. Um, Going on a trip, which I don't know. You maybe knew about, maybe didn't know about. Our
Not
friends
this
have
one.
our friends' parents have a bay house, a house like down in Tillman Island, over the Bay Bridge. For those on the Eastern Shore who know about it. Going down with our group of friends, all that, and all the kids. Weather's not gonna be great. It's been in the mid 90s this week. It's not gonna be like
Mm,
that going forward. So kind of a bummer, but I'd kind of much rather be like 65 and cloudy and maybe rain rather than like 96 and just hot because
yeah.
now no one wants to deal with that. So, but then next Tuesday we get right back in the pool and it's pool season for the summer team, neighborhood team. So that's both kids. Soccer's over with, I believe, next weekend maybe or a couple
Really?
weeks.
How's that
So
been going?
Mason's team's lost two in a row. They hadn't lost a game in 3 years and they've dropped two in a row. So the dads are getting pretty antsy with it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So, but we're off this weekend, obviously, and then come back next week with the pool season starting. It's gonna be cold. Pool season starting, swim team starting, and then some soccer sprinkled in there. But we're busy, bro. We're busy. How's
So,
Jeff?
friend, so he was one of the what you gots at the end. So I'll
All
save it
right,
for him
all right,
because I
all right.
can't use his name. But since you brought up his name, you'll know who I'm talking about. Um, it's the funniest thing in the world that happened today. But the first thing is this weekend. So I was supposed to, and I'm going between plans because you brought up yours. I was supposed to be going to this wine festival on Saturday. My thing is, it's supposed to be like a downpour from Thursday to damn near
Yeah,
like Monday, Tuesday.
all we do.
And then another friend was like, "Oh, do you want to end up going to the Nationals and Padres game? It's supposed to rain on Saturday. I don't think I want to sit outside at a baseball game." So that's my thing. If you don't know, and then the other part is it says 100% chance it's supposed to rain on Saturday, but it does not say 100% chance the whole day. So you really are just picking and choosing if
Mm,
you want to take that chance. But the first thing I do want to jump into, just so that everyone know, each week we are still doing the NFL divisions just to discuss what is going on. We'll also talk about the bench press challenge. I do have one thing I'm doing this Friday, and then the real thing is next week. And then, of course, we have the famous um, segment that you all have started to definitely love. I've heard people talk about it, and that is the Stump the Springer. So we're going to actually start with that. And Steven, your ones that you have for this week are NFL coaching bus, remember this running back, one hit wonders,
oof.
or can you guess LeBron teammates?
Mm, I either want to go with the running backs or one hit wonders. What are the
Okay,
one hit wonders?
one hit wonders.
Like
All right,
what
so
are they, like just guys who've had good seasons? Like one good season, that was it? Or what are we talking about? How would you describe it?
so one hit wonders. I might be giving this away, but it'll help. But like Peyton Hillis, remember
Okay.
when?
The guys who had like one great season type of thing and like
Yes,
never heard from 'em again.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that one. I probably would fare better with the running backs, but oof. Okay, we'll do one hit wonders. I
Okay.
can appreciate those.
All right, so we're gonna turn this off because you know how we start to feel about how much they talk on this thing. First one we have is
Is that a running back? Who is that? I can't. Um, mm, I don't know. This is like a tight end. Who is that? That's not Peyton. No, that's not Peyton. Gary. Ooh, Gary Barnage.
you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
It's not. That's not really helpful at all.
Is that 94? Is that Greg Hardy? No.
Jesus. There's no way.
Come on now. Jeff.
Oh, it froze it. All right.
Connie Ely.
So you probably know the next two, so I'll skip those and we'll go to this one right here.
All right. Payne Hills.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do three more because this one is one of their longer ones. Hebrew. Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure he missed a field goal against the Seahawks in the playoff, the chip shot. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna be bummed about this. Blair, damn it! Yes, he missed a field goal against the Seahawks. Shit, damn it!
All right, two more.
I probably would have done better with their running backs, but 13, right?
Yeah.
That Ryan Matthews? No. Who is that? Travis Bowman. Ryan Matthews.
All right, his good season was not great for anyone out there. Like it was. I want to say David Tyree, but that's not right. That's not right. There you go. I thought he was 88. The last one.
I don't know. If any of them get this, I'll be surprised. Ooh, Josh Gordon. Saw that guy.
Do you see it?
Yeah, Josh Gordon.
No, Timmy Smith. This one's Josh Gordon, yes. Yeah. So your other option, if you would have gone with it, this would have been your ones that you could have gone with.
Oh, LeBron's teammates?
Probably would have been too easy.
Wow, Zerbiak.
And then this was the other one. So it would have been people like that. So we can end up doing that. Next time I'll bring that down. I do want to go into the NBA playoffs. Yep. Number one, have you been watching it?
I have, yes.
Number two, we'll start with the alien. What are your thoughts on the Spurs Thunder series?
Yeah, I'm currently watching it right now. 31-30 Spurs with 10 seconds left in the first. Oh wow, high scoring game. Yeah, dude, he's a problem. He's an absolute problem. And those are like Shaq numbers or LeBron numbers. Like he's doing some crazy shit. And I don't know what he's got tonight, but if he keeps, I wouldn't say has to put up that, but like if he can keep going at that pace, type of pace, the Spurs are gonna lock this one up pretty quick because they don't have an answer. Let me check the stats on that.
So while you're doing that, have you been hearing a lot about how they've been talking about JJ Redick and how they found the code on how to defend SGA? Have you heard that recently?
Say that again.
Have you heard that a lot of people have been saying that the Lakers and JJ Redick in particularly cracked the code on how to play defense on SGA?
Williams for three. Nope. I did hear that. I don't. Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, he's been struggling. He's been struggling the entire playoffs, so almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't really help that much because they got swept.
So what they need, so more so SGA, people are used to SGA having his 30, 40 point nights. He went 7 of 23, which means the only one that took more shots than him was Jalen Williams. And usually he ends up doing a little better. He was 2% from the 3-point line. That's not the greatest for him. And he had 24 points. So they were throwing different looks at him. And then they were putting bigger guys. Stephon Castle had his time. Of course, Champagne had his time. Like they threw different people at him, which ended up working. And then if you got too close to the paint, you knew who was down there too.
Yep.
But they did always say that JJ had that brain that was like a basketball mind, and you could see it. Yes, it didn't work against the Lakers because they swept them, but it was one of those things that some of the things that he did, other teams say, we have the pieces that can end up actually doing this. And then Coach Mitch is a great coach for the Spurs, so that helps as well. Other part is one of the most insane shots was the fact that Wemby actually pulled up for three at the logo to end up tying.
That was just that was crazy.
So,
I got all of his other shots were inside the paint.
Yeah.
That one, he just pulls up. I mean, yeah, that's a moment, especially because he had 41 in 24. 41 and 24, bro.
Yep,
I mean, and he played a ton of minutes. I think it's the most minutes he's ever played in the game. First of all, I saw a post the other day about they did a starting five for at each position, the best player at that position, like their best season ever. So like Steph's, the first team point guard, like his 2015, 2016 MVP season, whatever. Wilt Chamberlain was on the third team as center for his 1961-62 season. Bro, he averaged 50 and 25. I don't think people understand that. Like, and I'm always fascinated by Wilt Chamberlain's career. My man averaged 50 and 25.
Nuts.
He had some 70s in there. He had a 100-point game in there. He had some 60s, obviously. Like 50 and 25, bro. And he played 48 and a half minutes a game. That means he was playing every minute of every game, dog.
Every game, exactly.
My man,
there's no injuries that are happening.
That's so wild. I really, really hope that Wemby is on that path. It seems like he is. I really hope he carries them into a title and like gets this shit rolling quick. That'd be great.
Yeah,
I'm all in.
As long as the injury that happened earlier isn't something that happens more often, they should be fine. They have a ton of pieces that they put around them. And it's crazy because we remember when Harrison Barnes just got in the league and when he was going to college at UNC. And now my guy's over here, the vet on the team. Like he's getting those Udonis Haslem checks just to be on the team.
Good comparison.
Yeah, so that's really how it's going to be because they also said he scored like 10 points during the regular season, but he didn't even play during crunch time minutes against the Spurs Thunder game the other night. And they're like, he just knows his role. They don't need him for the playoffs a lot of the time. It's going to be just that veteran experience. Every team has that one person that's going to do it. So that's just the Spurs side of it that I want to talk about. The Thunder, the series isn't going to be a sweep for anyone out there. I could see this going 6, possibly, maybe 7, but that'd be a little too much for them. But it's the Thunder first test. Like they've just been having a sweeping party before this. So this is their first one. The other side, which annoyed the hell out of me because I turned the game off because I thought it was over. And the Cavs and Knicks. And the fact that the Cavs had a 22-point lead blew it. I was listening to Club 520 this morning, and they said that's the type of loss that'll have you get swept in a series. Because how do you end up losing that game in New York? That could have changed the whole trajectory of the whole playoff with them. Like, you had James Harden, who they're also saying didn't step up when they needed to fully because they were like, oh, we realized he's not the old James Harden. And then Donovan Mitchell,
Harden was getting cooked. Bro.
Yep. Cooked. Exposed the shit out of him.
Cooked, bro. Like cooked. I have never seen someone just come down on every possession for like minutes, dude. Minutes at a time. This man was just getting butchered by someone. Brunson, and people going right by him with no defense.
Yes.
No effort. And he was getting cooked. And he was missing shots too. I think him and Donovan Mitchell had like 3 points in the final 12 minutes of the game. Like 12 and a half minutes of the game. They blew it. That could be a crippling loss, you know?
Yeah,
also,
like you could have, go ahead.
Also, I'm going to use this time right now to call out Jalen Duren. Like, what, dog? Come on. My man's averaging 19 and 10 in the regular season. All-star. And has just a dog shit playoff, dude. Dog shit playoff. That's tough. Gotta be better than that, dude. He was not aggressive. We needed that. Cade was doing his thing. Pistons got embarrassed out at home in a game 7.
They did.
Whew.
Yeah.
I turned that game
It's
off quick,
crazy.
dude.
I
I
believe
turned that game
yeah,
off like
it's
mid-second quarter. I was like, man, not happening.
but it goes to show you nowadays the number one seed isn't what it used to be. Like you could be
Mm.
any seed in the East and they can end up doing something.
Yeah,
And you have the only
Cavs just had more firepower than the. But they also had they had those guys like Max Strus had like 27 in the game. They
yeah.
like that white dude had like 27 the other night when he was having like 10 points and 8 points in the first couple games. So the
Mhm.
Pistons didn't have like those guys, and Jalen Durden not doing his thing was Asar Thompson not being able to shoot the ball is so tough, dude. He's an
They
elite
say the
defender.
Thompson twins can't shoot.
Man, he was the best defender the entire series. My man was a problem on defense, but like
Yeah.
they ran so many actions where like he would get the ball and give it back to Cade, where he'd have a wide like no one was even within like
They don't
3 feet of him,
respect it.
and like they're like, all right, well, he's gonna break the shit out of this, and he would,
Mhm.
and he
Yeah.
would.
Oh,
If he can shoot the ball and if he can average like 18 a game with the way he plays defense,
yeah.
dog, yeah, that's great. But my man is booty cheeks at shooting the ball.
Yeah, they say if Asor and Amen can get a shot, they could be some of the best players in the league. But they just haven't gotten to that point yet in their career to end up saying, we got to focus on this shot. And they were also saying that's really why Alex Caruso has been able to stay in the NBA as long as he has, because he was like defense first. And then he knew he could score. If you look at him back in college, he could hoop, but he was like, I got to make a name for myself. And it was defense. Then he pulled up a 30 last night. Well, the other night. So he has both. All the Thompson twins need to do is find a way to just shoot the goddamn ball, and then both those teams, the
Just a little
Rockets
bit,
and the
dude.
Pistons, will be better.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
But speaking of younger players in the league, we're going to talk about the first and second team for the All NBA rookie team. Number one, if I told you all five of these players on the second team, I don't know if you're actually going to know them all. You have Ace Bailey, which he didn't even play every single game, and Jeremiah Fears from the Pelicans, Colin Murray Boyles from the Raptors. I personally didn't see him play that much. Me, not saying he didn't play at all. I just didn't see him on my screen. Maxime Renaud from the Kings. They weren't a great team, so that's just something there. And then Derek Queen from the Pelicans. So the Pelicans got two guys on it. Now, first team, Dylan Harper obviously deserved it.
Yep.
Cedric Howard, we've mentioned him before. BJ Edgecombe, you knew he was about to be. He's unanimous. Con Knipple, unanimous. And then that was it. It's like, then they had Cooper Flag, Mr. Rookie of the Year as well.
Connor Knipple had one of the best shooting seasons a player has ever had, in like the history of the league. As a rookie, shooting 42% from three. He's putting up shots too. Yeah, it's I'm a big fan of Derek Queen.
I like.
He had a ton of good. Obviously, seeing him play at Maryland, but
Yeah,
he had some a really good stretch. I think towards the end of the season. So I think in Ace Bailey, I think we'll be watching him play that much, but was he averaged 13 a game, very solid. But no surprise in the first team. Cooper Flag is gonna be a problem too. Like these guys in the first team, like Dylan Harper, all those guys play like they're 4 or 5 years in the league already. Edgecombe,
Dylan
obviously.
Harper, last game, stepped up.
Yeah. That's a very good group of players.
Yeah,
Like,
crazy part they were talking about with the Spurs is they won't be able to keep them all. You're not going to be able to keep Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, Victor Wembanyama. When those contracts are up, they were saying with this whole second apron, all those different things, it's going to be too tough to keep them all on these contracts.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, the last time something like this happened was probably the Miami Heat when they sacrificed money. But a lot of these players now are not sacrificing money unless you almost have guarantees.
Sorry to cut you off. Random. The Spurs OKC game 1 was the most watched game 1 of the Western Conference Finals in league history. 9.2 million people. The most watched game 1 of the conference finals in league history was the Spurs and the Thunder. That is so crazy to me. I know like it's a big number,
Mhm.
But yeah, that's crazy. Peaked at 12 million for a second
That's
OT. Your
nuts.
boy was out. There's
Oh
no
yeah,
way,
I wasn't
dog.
making it at that point.
No,
No,
dog, no.
absolutely not.
That's like a 1:30, 2 o'clock situation.
Yeah. And
Um,
the West Coast, no. Sorry, Central, but they're on the West. No.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, that's a crazy number. Good for them.
Yeah. Other part that I did want to bring up, the last thing for the NBA side is we've been hearing a lot about the Portland Trailblazers. The next thing is the Portland Trailblazers have laid off significant number of business side employees. So that's more of probably your finance, not necessarily all of your HR, but some of the representative, the salespeople, but that's the business side. They're just laying some of them off as they do reorgs. Mind you, this is the same owner that just said he's not about to pay top dollar for a head coach. So what are we doing? Like you're running your team into the ground at that point.
Sounds about right. Right.
Yeah,
Standing
exactly.
pretty
So
well.
hey, you put all your money into Dame, so you're hoping that the money can come from a different direction. That's the quickest way for fans not to end up liking you. Fans not necessarily wanting to go to the game, then the owner might be on the hot seat. We'll see. You can't keep doing things like that. But that's the last part I wanted to bring up over there. We're going to segue into the NFL. First thing I have to do because it's an ODU person at this point. But your boy Taylor Heineke retired. Number
Shout
one,
out. Shout
the
out.
fact that they actually mention this everywhere, like the Commanders did it, NFL did it, Adam Schefter even put it out. I personally didn't think that it was going to be everywhere. Like I saw it on ODU, I was like, all right, cool, maybe it's just my Twitter. But then that algorithm hit, and they put it everywhere. They were like talking about whenever Taylor would say "F it," Terry's somewhere down there, and he would just like chuck it up for Terry McLaurin. But hands down, the second best athlete to maybe third to come out of ODU. First is Justin Verlander, although he'll never claim us that much.
Mm.
And then Pinachero from the WNBA is the second one that I would put over there. I think Nancy Lieberman went there, but we're not counting her. But Taylor Heineke's in the top three, 100%.
I mean,
What
shout
he
out to
did,
ODU, right? Shout out.
yeah, shout out. This is the only time we get
Shout out to the
it. 'Cause
Monarchs.
yeah. Once
Yo,
college football starts, I'm gonna get all the strays in the world.
all the
So,
strays, dude. I don't have any in the chamber right now.
yeah, so that's all I wanted to say on that side. I do want to start touching on the NFL, and before we dive into our main segment, we got to bring up Rasheed Rice. Number one, Rasheed Rice is going to jail for 30 days. The crazier part is he got a knee surgery the other day.
Whoa,
Like
dog,
the Thunder.
bro.
Yeah, I
Man,
figured we had it like maybe
that shit
30
was
minutes ago.
that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's shaking the house. Yeah, dog. Like I texted you the other day when you sent me that, and I'm not gonna repeat to you I'm not gonna repeat out loud what I texted you because we'll get
Can't do
canceled.
that. Can't do that.
Quickly, bro. Quickly.
Can't do that.
But like I always say, stop doing dumb shit, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you can't just wait, dog. Like you can't just wait a couple days and
Yeah.
then do it. Like they're gonna be they're gonna be testing you. They're gonna be doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he probably belongs in jail anyways, but that's besides the point. Only in sports though, dog. Like he'll be back on the field though after his release, right?
Oh, 100%.
He'll
But
be
that's my thing. You have to be good enough to end up being able to do something like that. Not
yeah,
Steven. If you and I do that, they're like just staying there.
dog.
Like
I
you're not.
mean, I've done it. So
Yeah. Like
yeah,
you're not getting out the next day. 30 days. That's 30 days. You violated probation, and all they're bringing up is, oh, he has to go to jail with
30
a
days.
knee that he just had surgery on. So he's about to just pull up out of jail and just go back to the regular day stuff.
Yeah. He'll be out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So before I keep going, I do want to end up saying Nancy Lieberman, she is a Hall of Famer, but more of a lot of people don't realize and remember Nancy Lieberman. They more remember the newer people that just came from ODU. And I'm comparing two different sports more so. But Taylor Heineke's in a class of his own. Justin Verlander's in a class of his own as well. Nancy Lieberman is, but Nancy Lieberman tape is just like Will Chamberlain tape. You got to look really hard to find those old school tapes. out there from her at ODU. Mind you, she was born in 1958. So that just tells you how long you're going to have to dig for some of those things. Yeah. But getting into the topic that we came here for, the NFC North review. For anyone that does not know, we can end up discussing some of this right now. The teams that you have in it are the Lions, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Bears. And so what we're going to do is just dive into everything that happened with the whole division. As everyone knows, the Bears had a great season last year, probably one of their better seasons. Lions didn't make the playoffs, which that was something that some people were surprised at. Vikings were trying to figure themselves out. And who do we got to give credit for talking about JJ the way he did the whole season? Steven. Because the whole time, Steven would be talking about, I don't know why they're putting so much stock into JJ McCarthy. Like, I've watched him at Michigan. I've seen him. Oh, they put their life and times into JJ McCarthy. Got rid of two quarterbacks that did solid stuff, Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold. Then you also had Carson Wentz. But you're like, nah, you know what? JJ's the future. And they end up getting Kyler Murray. So that's the first thing on that side.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all. Like, Kyler will help Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and then also Justin Jefferson.
Rip to Justin Jefferson.
Hell yeah.
He's not, bro. Look, this could be
Justin's best season.
No, this could be easily. He could have 2,000 yards. This could be Randy Moss and Dante Culpepper all over again.
100%.
Just he's gonna just drop back and just fuck it, just let it go.
He has nothing to lose.
Dog.
Like, after last season.
Obviously, they're not gonna do that, right? But that would be incredible to watch. The Vikings did it before. Please do it again. Just let him run go routes every day, quick, or just let him run slants all day, deep post. Just let him out, like, please. Because neither one of them. Because Justin Jefferson's what, like 25, 26?
Should be. Yeah.
And Kyler Murray's maybe like my age, 34. Not even.
You think Kyler's up there?
Maybe 30.
Justin Jefferson
Kyler
is
28. Kyler is 28.
Justin Jefferson's 27.
26.
27. He turns 27 next month, so 26.
So basically they're the same age. So they're still
around the same.
They're still like
old,
getting into their prime.
Yeah,
still there. Yep.
Like, that's crazy. It feels as though he's been in the league so much longer than what he is.
Dude, their third string quarterback is Carson Wentz.
It's gonna,
Shout out to Carson Wentz, man.
He's stuck around.
Talking about injuries. That was tough.
Yeah,
he was on his way too.
Dog,
he was on his way. Face of the league type of quarterback right there, dog.
He was
on his way.
The injuries that he had in Philly, that was rough.
Sucks because he seems like a really good dude too.
He did, and then you get painted in a different narrative once those injuries start to add up. You're not doing, and you talk about this all the time. What have you done for us lately? And they were like, "Yeah, he had an arm too, Steven. Like, him and Goff, they had arms." Other thing I do want to end up touching on is the Bears, though. They have a hell of a lot of pieces over there. When you end up just looking at quarterback-wise, they have Caleb Williams. Don't ask us about their backup quarterback. DeAndre Swift is their starting running back. Then they have Roman Dunze, Luther Burden III, and they also have Colson Loveland and Cole Kmet. Offense is taken care of, and they've just continued to bolster up their defense. They just end up getting Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, which a lot of people rave about him on that side, just to go along with everyone else that they do have on that defensive side. They also have Montez Sweat, which is another one that people have brought up too. So the Bears, I don't think they're going to be going anywhere. The Packers are, of course, there. The Lions, I feel, will probably make the playoffs this year. The Vikings are the question mark. They're not getting all four teams in the playoffs. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Like, there's no way they can get all four teams in when you have the NFC West.
No, they're not. But I think that Vikings offense could be very, very good.
Yeah.
The Bears, I like the Bears offense too. Yes, they have the best. I think they have the best offense.
Right
now, like,
in that division,
In
that division or overall?
I think in that division.
All right, we'll slow your roll because we got to get to the positions. So, with that being said, do you want to start with the positions or do you want me to start?
Um, you can go. That's fair.
Okay. So looking at the quarterback position, because they have one of my favorite backup quarterbacks, I'm going with the Lions. They have Jared Goff as their starter, then they have Teddy Bridgewater for now as their
Hey, two
backup.
gloves.
Yeah, Teddy two gloves. Running back position, I had to go with the Lions because they just signed Isaiah Pacheco, and then they have Jameer Gibbs, who's are if not the best running back in that division. I don't think people are going to put DeAndre Swift. Maybe Josh Jacobs can be in the conversation, but I'm still going with Jameer Gibbs at that point. And then looking at the tight end wide receiver position, this is where it's tough. I really want to go with the Vikings, but I don't know what we're going to end up getting out of the tight end position over there. And that's why I have to go with the Lions again. You have Sam Laporta, you have Jamison Williams, you have Amon-Ra St. Brown. Again, I really would want to go with the Vikings. I don't know what I'm getting out of the Packers right now. They have so many goddamn receivers, which is great, but they don't have like the wide receiver one, wide receiver two, wide receiver three of like we know what's going on that side. And then you look at the Bears, they're probably the second best. Like it's really, really close, but I need to see Luther Bird and Roman Dunte take that next step to be in that same conversation as Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know what you have out of Jamison Williams. You're just going to say F it and throw it down there somewhere to Jamison Williams. Sam Laporta, if he can come back from these injuries, he was a top 3 tight end in the league as well. So the Lions on that side, the O-line, I really actually don't know. Like I have it blank. So if I had to just throw a dart right now, I'd probably say the Bears. And then the defense, there's only one right here that I have to go with, and that's the Vikings. As long as Brian Flores is there, it doesn't really matter. He's going to find a way to make sure that defense is coming to play every single week. But what do you have?
Okay. So you had the Lions for the quarterbacks, running backs for also the Lions, wide receivers. You went with the Lions as well.
Yeah.
And then defense,
crazy.
you went with the Vikings.
Yeah.
What offense? The O line was what?
The Bears.
Bears. All right.
And that wasn't competently.
Sure. All right. I'm gonna say for the quarterbacks, I'm gonna say the Bears. I'm gonna say Caleb Williams is gonna be the best quarterback in that division this year.
Okay. Remember, going with the room. So you're believing Tyler Badgett or whatever is solid if Caleb Williams gets hurt.
Right. Good call.
And that means you also believe in Casey Keenum.
I was gonna say they have Case Keenum. He's a gunslinger. Yeah, I'm just gonna hope and pray that he does not get hurt. So that's fair.
Okay, hey, we can do that. That's fine.
That's fair. Running backs, I'll go with the Lions. I think Jameer Gibbs is probably one of the 2 or 3 best running backs in the league, not just that division.
Yeah.
So he clears them by a mile. Receivers and tight ends, I'm going with the Bears.
I believe it. Yep.
I'm a big fan. I hate him, but I'm a big fan of Colson Loveland. Just because of Michigan. But I think I said when he got drafted, I said people were like, well, Tyler Warren was a better tight end. Maybe, yeah, like yes, all around, yeah, he blocks and catches better, whatever. But for what the Bears want to do offensively, Colson Loveland's a perfect fit for them. And I think he's just gonna get better. Cole Kmet, great, love it. So I think the receivers, obviously, the Lions have better receivers. Those 2 are better receivers, Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I think tight end is the position that gets the Bears the nod on that. Not by much. Sam Laporta is obviously as well, but I think Loveland can be a bigger problem, like a Jimmy Graham type of guy. Shout out to Jimmy Graham. My guy. Offensive line, I'm gonna go with the Bears as well. Maybe the Vikings. Maybe not the Vikings, the Lions. That's a toss up. Defense.
Go ahead. Defense. You want to say the Packers because of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the Packers because of Micah Parsons.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's obviously like one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players in the league as well. I also we'll get into this, but I'm a big fan of them drafting my guy out of Penn State, denied Dennis Sutton. So that's a side note, but yeah, defense. I'm gonna go with the Packers because of Micah Parsons.
Okay. Next side, the rookie draft picks. You
Mhm.
want to start or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
I didn't really, I don't know, nothing really stood out in any of these picks with me. Um,
Fair. I agree.
Green Bay, I'm gonna go with Denai, Dennis Sutton, Penn State guy,
Hmm.
pair with Micah. They have him as an outside linebacker, which is kind of surprising. Because he was a D end in college, but see how that goes. The Bears got Xavier Thomas, wide receiver from LSU. I it's one of those things like it's difference kind of between a need and a want. Like you don't really need him, but like you want him because like he can be pretty good and put him in that room. Vikings. I like the Jacoby Thomas pick, safety from Miami. He had a pretty solid season as well. And those were the three that I picked because I didn't really appreciate anybody else in this division.
Okay, so you have Denai Dennison, Jacoby Thomas, who was your third, the middle guy.
Xavier Thomas,
Okay.
Bears.
So it's funny because I absolutely would have thought we would have had at least one blend in them. What I end up doing is, and people start to understand there's a trend that I've started to notice. I've taken up this trend ever since I saw what the Cowboys did when they packed everything around DeMarco Murray. And DeMarco Murray had one of the dumbest seasons randomly out of nowhere. Then he got paid after
Did
that.
yeah, what are you gonna do?
Offensive line. I went with Logan Jones,
Mm,
the center from Iowa for
yep.
the Bears. They, Steve, I don't want to call them the Thunder, but that front office has done a damn good job with drafting their picks that they have for the Bears. Caleb Williams to start. He was a top pick. And then you hit it with Roma Dunze and then Luther Burden, and then you have Colston Loveland. Like you're doing really good
And
with these picks.
for example, like really quick, Luther Burden was one of those guys who did not live up to the hype coming into college at Missouri. I
Hmm.
think he was like one of the top 5 players in the country coming out of high school.
Yeah,
But the talent is there. Like he was that guy for a reason. Yeah, that's one of those steal picks, steal the draft type of thing. And yeah,
yeah.
Dunze, great pick as well.
Like Steven, I'm looking at the different players. So offensive tackle, Darnell Wright, he was drafted in 2023. Then they have that was their right tackle, their left tackle, Ozzy Trapilo. He was just drafted 2025. Steven, this team is growing together.
Young,
Like, this is
young.
really what it is. Yeah. And the best part about it, they don't gotta give them money yet. Like they got a couple of
Yeah,
years
they
that
can
they can
wait.
try.
They
Exactly.
can see who pans out in 3, 4
Yeah.
years, 5 years.
Yeah. Only one you're going to have to pay money probably in another year or two is Caleb. The rest of them, you have a chance.
I think you gotta keep one of the 2 receivers, whoever starts to
Mhm.
pan out. Dunte's probably gonna be more expensive, and then you gotta keep, I think,
Yeah.
Colston Loveland as well. You gotta keep
Yeah.
if you can keep those 3, the quarter, obviously you're not getting rid of Caleb Williams until you have to, but if you can
Mhm.
keep a tight end and one of those receivers, it's gonna be tough, but
It's, it shows you that they believe in a Dunte and Burden because for anyone that's been paying attention to them till recently, they had Keenan Allen at
Mhm,
one point when it was Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and then Roma Dunte. That feathered out. It reminds me really similar to JSN situation
mm,
because you had Tyler Lockett and then you had DK Metcalf and then you had JSN. JSN ascended to that number one spot over there. And they had DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. Both of those guys are gone for the Bears. And now it's Roma Dunte's team. So it does show you he's going to be expensive. If he puts up any type of numbers this year and next year, forget about it.
yep.
So that's the main thing on that side. We're going to one of our favorite segments of the show, and that is what you got. So what you got for everyone,
Alright, mine's not as good as yours, but,
man?
um, I've mentioned before that I'm going to Seattle for the Penn State Washington game,
Hmm.
which is November 7th, and,
Yeah.
pretty pumped about that. That's gonna be a great trip, but we are snagging an Airbnb, which I think I mentioned, and then
Hmm.
the Seahawks have a home game on Sunday. So,
No way.
um,
You're doubling up.
we're doubling up.
Yeah.
Got the green light from home base,
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
the game's at 1:25 out there, 4:25 East Coast time. So, we'll go to the game, and we'll just hop on a red eye
That's
later
okay.
and get out of there. Um, I'm not too concerned about, being tired running it back or anything, but
Yeah.
good news, good news, not confirmed, but like 99% true. This is going to happen. Jay Hill can get his tickets for the Penn State game and the Seahawks game, being working for Penn State and being a former Seahawk. So
Wow.
that saves us a ton
A ton of
of
money. Yeah.
dude. That saves me a ton of work
Yeah.
and a ton of extra cash that I don't want to pay for, you know?
Hmm.
Um,
Good for y'all.
so
That's good.
yeah, but we snagged a dope Airbnb.
I know. Yeah.
Did you
We
hear that?
had, yeah, yeah.
You
You're just
heard that?
getting what we had. I absolutely did. Thought that was your mic at
Damn,
first, but
I
no.
saw that. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, very pumped about that trip there. There's a Seahawks game. I was really banking on it being maybe a Thursday game. That would have been super dope as well. But I will
Yeah.
gladly take a
Sunday.
Sunday game as well. So looking forward to that trip.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
what's up? What's going on, Jeff? What do you do these days?
so we're not going to start with the Jeff one,
Okay.
but first thing, everyone, I talked about this before, but we're going to go to the ODU Virginia Tech game. That's already, I finally locked it in with the group. We went to the spring game, so of course we have to end up going to this one, and then we're probably going to end up hitting up the Eagles and the Commanders game when they're here. I'm trying to figure out which college football team I'm going to go see this year.
Mm.
I'm waiting until next month to see if I get these A&M tickets or not, and then I'll make a decision on like which of the different schools I'll end up going with.
Well, let me
So
see what the A&M schedule looks like, actually.
yeah, see, so I have the LSU ones, which that's tough because of everyone that they have coming in. If anyone hasn't been paying attention, I've been slowly just trying to get more of the SEC teams. So like Oklahoma, Texas are a couple. The year that Texas and Oklahoma are not good, aka after Arch Manning leaves and a bunch of other people leave, hopefully they just don't have enough money. Then I might go to the Red River game. But right now, not going to that because it's going to be dumb money just to go out there.
Man, they have a terrible home schedule.
I know.
Damn, they play the Citadel at home. They play They play Missouri State. They play Arizona State. They play Kentucky. They play Arkansas. They play the Citadel. They play Tennessee in November 14th. That's their best home game. And they play, actually, no, they play Texas at home.
That's
Last game of
their
the season.
top
That's
game.
Thanksgiving weekend. And that's a 7:30 start already. Tickets as low as $487 already.
No, that shit's going to be at least like $600-700. And that's when you're talking to God. For those
Yeah.
You're not.
We've been there,
bro.
We've been there.
Yeah, we've been there.
We've been up there.
So the other one that I want to bring up before I bring up your famous person is Monday. I went to the Nats Mets game. So one of my friends ends up working there as well. So I try to see him at different points in time. And like I messaged him and I was like, all right, I'm gonna end up leaving in the 7th or 8th inning. Like I end up leaving. Why did the Nationals give up 10 runs in the 12th inning? And I texted my friend later that night. I was like, so you're telling me I left? This is wild. If I bet on shit, the bets go south. Yeah, if I do it, if I leave, you score 10 runs. There's no goddamn way in hell you're scoring 10 runs in the 12th inning.
Right.
The 12th? You should just cut it at least.
What are the odds, right? The odds of that happening. What are the odds?
So, yes.
Right.
And then the other part is the next day on Tuesday, James Wood hits an inside the park home run. Grand slam.
Yes. Yeah.
You're telling me, so both those things. I just magically don't get to see either of those things.
No.
Nuts.
No.
I just get
dog. That reminds me of for our senior trip, my senior year of high school. One of our teachers took us to the Nats Pirates game, right? And this was, he got the wrong tickets. And we were actually the day before Strasburg made his debut and he struck out 10. He was all pumped, and someone eventually, like, no one thought to check it. Everyone was like, "Yo, we got the tickets for Strasburg, dope." And then someone was like, "Hey, dog, look at who's not starting on this game." Yeah. And it was like, oh, and like it was. I think we got there. It was a 1:30 game, and everyone's like, no one thought like, Strasburg's not pitching for a 1:30 game, like. But it was a bummer, dude. We were all like, and then he struck out 10. Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's rough. So in the last one, our favorite person. So I was going into the kitchen area, and you could see this person's desk from where I am in the kitchen area. And I'm like, I heard a chuckle. So what the heck is going on over there? You just see him feet kicked up on like his dresser and everything, his little drawers. I'm like, damn, I wish I had his life. You're telling me you could have your feet kicked up, legs crossed,
No
and
one's saying a
just
word.
saying a
No one's saying
word.
a word, dog.
No. Then I can't tell it on the show. Like I'll text it to you later. But I asked him, I was like, you're always going outside. And he told me his hack for why he goes outside on his calls. I was like, yeah, hey, it works. Long story short, he said he's never going to get a new phone. So it allows me to go outside for all of his calls. So
Smart.
that's all we got this week. Next week, what do you want for division wise?
Let's do AFC West.
Okay, solid. That's a good one. Because that's Mr. Mendoza's division over there now. And then we get to figure out what the hell is going to happen with Rasheed Rice and then Patrick Mahomes on that side too. So we could do that. Chargers, of course, in that division. And then you have Bo Nix. How is he going to come back from his injury? All right. So until next time, appreciate you all. We out.
Peace.